All right. Well, um, let's see. So we went ahead and we let people know we were on here. So if anybody's on, they might not necessarily be in front of their computer right now. That could be. So we might have some people joining us as we go along. Um, so we'll go ahead and get started. And if I can always send them the copy of it. I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So, hey, Mark, how you doing? Welcome.
Pastor, how are you? I'm
Good.
doing good.
Good to see you tonight. So let me start tonight. We're going to just talk a few minutes tonight about some things that we're going to be doing that we wanted to get some feedback on. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? And so we always want to get your feedback on some stuff, but I thought it would be kind of good to start out tonight and kind of explain our vision here. What is our vision and what is our end goal, our end game? Kind of give you guys an idea of what's happening with that. So let's open up in prayer and ask the Lord to be with us in this time. Even it's not church or anything, but we want to always ask God's blessing on whatever we're doing here. So we'll do that. Lord, thank you tonight for being with us. Thank you for those that could make it tonight, and for those that can't make it, we pray that they'll be able to receive the recording and listen to it. And we just thank you for this time in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So, just a recap of our vision. When I started this ministry in 2013, um, we started it with the idea that, and I had my nephew Andrew who helped me start it. We kind of worked together for about a year and a half. But when we started it, we had really no idea of how we were going to accomplish what we wanted to do, and we had some ideas. Kind of like at first, it was kind of like we want to be a Christian Facebook. Oh yeah, everybody wanted to do that. Have like posting and all that stuff. But then as we kind of went along, we sort of changed our idea of what we wanted to be. And so the idea of Jesus Connect came along. And the idea behind the name was number one, obviously, to connect people to Jesus. But number two was to connect people to each other. And I think this is the part that I've seen over and over again. And this is like phase three of our vision. The first two phases were basically on two different sites. We started on a site called Wire Club. It was a text only site. And they had games and stuff, and they had a lot of people. That was the thing. They had a lot of people. And we drew thousands of people on that site. I mean, we saw, I can't even tell you the number of people that we had come to the Lord. Lives were changed. Then we went on Rabbit Chat. That was phase two. And Rabbit Chat was about 2 years, and it was good. We saw a lot of people. And then Rabbit Chat died a slow death. Phase three is Discord. And with all of the things that I've done and seen, it always takes time. It's never like you don't see anything overnight, but it's a gradual thing that happens. Now, I believe that we have probably right now the most potential that we've ever had as a site to grow and to do what I believe the Lord has given me a vision to do. And number one is to obviously preach the gospel online, share Christ with as many people as I can. but it's also to reach out to people that want to have live chat and live engagement, that want to meet other Christians and other people, and giving that a place is what we're trying to do here. And so we've had people that have, although we never set out to do this, we've had people that have actually met on here, like they've connected. And now we have one of my guys that's been with me for about 4 years. He's engaged, met somebody on Jesus Connect. Had another guy that met somebody and they got engaged. We've had people that it's not a dating site. We've never set this out to be a dating site, but it's happened. But we've also had people connect that just want to have a place to go that's safe, where they don't have to worry about trolls, where they don't have to worry about, you know, um, the junk that happens on other sites. So we're trying to keep this in an environment where people can come and just hang out, have a good time, and you don't have to have that pressure of somebody, you know, um, trying to do something not good in this environment. And so, but what I originally, the vision that I've originally believed God was showing me was a vision that is much greater than what I'm doing now. And it involves a lot more uh, things that's going to be happening down the road. And I don't foresee that happening right away, but some of the things that I do believe is going to come to pass is we're going to have more of our own site one day. We're not going to just be on Discord, but although Discord is awesome, we love it, and I don't foresee us jumping off of here anytime soon. But ultimately, my goal is to have a site that is our own, where people can come in and help and be a part of it. And so everything we're doing now is going to work towards that bigger vision, and the bigger vision will include a lot of different things. I see a site where you have music groups where people can start their own group, and you could have church groups. You could have people that want to start a group maybe around music or whatever, and a lot of different things that are going to be happening down the road. So people that are helping me now with this, if you're still around and say whatever we get ready to launch into these other things, we're going to have opportunities for people, I believe, that is going to be amazing, because the vision that I have is it's way beyond just simply having a chat and with channels like this. I foresee a ministry that's going to launch other ministries, that's going to provide a place for churches to come and have a safe place that they could launch their own ministries, and multiple different things going on, live streaming concerts with Christian bands and all kinds of things that I have a vision for. That isn't anything that's happening right now in the Christian world. There's absolutely nothing out there like what I see. There's a lot of Christian programs. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of Christian radio and things like that, but I don't see a website that's worldwide, that's where everybody knows it. It's a Christian place to go, where you can hear the gospel streaming 24 hours a day, where you can hear music and be involved in live, interviews with people that are involved in the Christian world. That's what I see happening with Jesus Connect down the road. So it's a big vision, and it's something that isn't going to happen overnight. But what we're trying to do now is gather the people together that are going to help us as we go forwards. And in the process right now, still stay true to the vision of a place where people can come and hear the word, where we can connect people together. Eventually, we want to have 24-hour a day ministry where no matter what, somebody could find somebody live to talk to. That's the key. I remember when we were on the other site years ago, I was on about 4 o'clock in the morning and I was in the chat room. And I don't know why I was on at 4 o'clock in the morning in the chat room that night, but I was. And some lady from Canada came in and was trying to find a way to end her life. And I just happened to be in that chat room. She came in and I talked to her for about an hour. She was somebody that had been disillusioned by life. She didn't want to live anymore. And I was able to talk her out of that through the Holy Spirit, through God's grace. And she ended up that night coming to the Lord, and her life was spared. That is why Jesus Connected exists. But I'm happy to have you guys with me on this journey. So let me get to the agenda for tonight, what I wanted to talk about. Um, we want to start a movie night. And I don't know if we're going to do it every Saturday or if we're going to do it a couple Saturdays a month. I don't really know right now. We'll see how it goes. But I want us to, the first night is going to be the Saturday before Halloween. So I think Halloween's on a Sunday this year. So that Saturday night, I'd like to do our first movie night. Now I know that's coming close to Halloween, so I don't know if everybody can make it or who can make it. But the idea behind the movie night is I kind of picked a couple of people that I like to help me with it, and what I'm thinking of doing is having maybe a different person in our group. It doesn't have to be a moderator, but it could be anybody that wants to share a movie with us. People love to share movies. Oh yeah, have you ever seen that or this? Now, obviously, we're going to have a filtering process. We're not going to allow movies that aren't, they don't have to necessarily be totally Christian. The movie, like, it doesn't have to have gospel preaching in it or whatever. It just can't have, sexual situations, bad language, and stuff like that. It has to be, I'm going to say, I mean, we'll have to look into that. I know some PG movies are okay, others aren't. But when we're doing movie nights, a lot of times I'll do a movie that does have. It can be a really, like, PureFlix is a great channel if you've ever had PureFlix, because in PureFlix you can they actually have pretty good acting. Some Christian movies aren't the best acting. I'll just be honest with you. They lack. They're not Hollywood. They're not Hollywood actors, but nevertheless, PureFlix has some pretty good acting, and their movies are really good. They have a good message. So I like to use PureFlix. But if somebody has an idea for a movie and you'd like to sponsor that movie on a Saturday night, you'd like to host it, you'd like to come on and share a little bit about the movie, and then we'll set it up where we'll either play it for you, we'll stream it for you, or you can stream it. So that way it's involving everybody in this channel. And if you want to do a movie night and you have an idea for one, of course we're going to have, like I said, a couple of people that are going to be heading that up for us. So it's coming up quick. And the first one, again, it's going to be Saturday the 30th. I think it's the 30th of October. Does somebody want to check that for me? I think it's Saturday is the 30th of October. So we're going to do that first movie night. It's going to be a way of outreach, reaching out to people, and I'm going to share more on this. We're also going to do karaoke. Some people are like, "No, I don't want to do that." But karaoke's fun. I don't really care about it personally, but I have found it to be very popular on Discord and on different sites. So if you'd like to be involved in karaoke night, you'd like to sing a song, thank you. Thank you, Nina. we've had it in our ministry. We've done it in the past, and it's been very one of the most attended things we've ever done. Coming up with the holidays, I'll get to that in a second. So we're going to do that. Also, music streaming night. And coming next week, our first Christian comedy night. I'm going to have a Christian comedian. I'm going to stream a Christian comedian. It's very good. It's very funny. Got a couple of them. And once, maybe every now and then, we'll do a Christian comedy night. And, you guys can come in and you can invite your friends, invite people. These are great opportunities to invite people to our channel, to our server. So that's going to be happening. Holiday events planning team. If you want to be in part of our planning team, then we're going to be doing that starting in the beginning of November, because Christmas and that will be rolling around, and we're going to be very, like I said, I'm very involved in the Christmas season. I've done 30 days of Christmas. I've done, you know, all kinds of different things, and it's a lot of fun. One of the things that we did was we went. This was when we were on different site where we could just randomly go into a room and do Christmas carols, where maybe we have one person start singing, and then another person comes in, and then another person, and we just kind of we just do this thing where we randomly go in and do. It was fun. People loved it. It was crazy. People that they didn't know what was happening. What are you doing? Singing in my room? Oh my gosh! But that was a lot of fun. So we do a lot of different things. So we're going to be doing some planning, and I want you to be involved. I want you to help out. So that'll be coming in another whatever few weeks. The other thing I was going to say is we're going to also start some classes, Bible school type classes, not college or anything like that, but just basically some classes on here, and we're going to create a channel for it. So what's cool about it is you can either do it on your own or you can do it in a group. If you want to do it on your own, you can study these classes, and some of these classes are not going to be me teaching. They're going to be other people that have already created the classes, and we're just going to share them. Some of them will be a video. Others will just be a link to a website where you'll actually pull up the class and study it. Some of them will have questions and answers if you want to do that. So if you're interested in that, or you'd like to help out with that, let me know. So I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you tonight. Don't worry, we're not expecting all of this to get done in a day. So, all right, the other things that I wanted to talk about was obviously we created a new thing for moderators and roles and stuff like that. I think we just shared a list of kind of rules for moderators. Some of the things in there are going to deal with how to moderate a chat room if you're in there, so if you happen to be in there. Um, on any given time, we had a random chat the other night on a Saturday night, just random, and it was fine. I mean, I don't think anything that I know of bad happened, but there was a couple moderators in there. But there might be a time where you have to act, and so the rules will help you. It'll give you a guideline as far as what's acceptable and what's not acceptable in our chat. So it's basically just simple stuff. I ask you if you'd read it, and if you have any questions, to let me know, or let Game Warrior know. So that's that. It'll give you an idea. We had to ban somebody last week for doing something graphic in the chat, and unfortunately, that's one of our rules. If somebody ever posts a nude picture or anything like that, it's an automatic ban. No question about it. They get banned. And if you don't know how to ban somebody and you're a moderator, If you don't know how that function works on here, let us know and we'll teach you how to do it. Because eventually, as more people join our server, we will get more trolls and we will have to be more on our toes, especially if we're in a larger group. Okay, so that's that. The other thing is, although we don't, you're volunteering, you're helping us, and whatever it is that capacity that you're helping us, and again, that is going to opportunities are going to come more and more as we start more programs, as we start more things. I'm always a person that's, you know, I believe in creating opportunities for people to do things for the Lord, and we're going to have those opportunities. But one of the things that we hope that you will do is, especially, and I'm going to stress on Sunday nights, that's our kind of our church service here. So if you're moderating or helping us in any way, we're not, it's not required. I'm not going to sit here and tell you have to come, or else. That's not the way we roll here. But we hope that you can come. I know that some people can't come. You got things that happen, things come up. But whenever it's possible to slate that time for Sunday night, that's going to be the service that we're going to hope that people will come to the most, because that's where we're going to really, I believe, need the moderators. Because you'll notice there's more people here on Sundays. The reason for that is because I'm more proactive in inviting people on that night more than any other night of the week. I do a lot of behind the scenes invites on Facebook and all the social medias that I'm on. And so we really are gearing our whole efforts right now on Sunday nights. Now, that doesn't mean that other nights aren't important, like Bible study night or prayer night or whatever, or if we do a movie night or if we do a music night or whatever. Every event we do here is obviously important, or else we wouldn't do it. But church is up here at the top of the list for obvious reasons. So, anyway, that's that. Recordings are available, and it's something that I've never shared yet. And so, I have a YouTube channel for this, for Jesus Connect. And I want to give you guys the subscribe link. And if you want to subscribe to that channel, you can watch any of our messages on there are going to be on there. I have a playlist that I'm going to be creating just for Armor of God. So if you want to go back and listen to those, or if you miss a meeting, or if you know, miss a Sunday night service or whatever, you can always go back and listen to it. I'll just put that up there. You can subscribe to it and whatever. So far, anybody have a question or comment or anything?
No, not really.
All right. Does it sound good so far? Everybody think we're on the right track here, right? Okay.
Sounds great, Pastor.
Thank you. Hey, one other thing though, when we're almost done here, now I'm going to turn it over to Game Warrior and have him share anything he wants to share about bots and new things that we're doing. Anything you want to share?
Yeah. So first off, I want to say is thank you for showing up, Mark and Anita.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys at least trying to come in and all. And second of all, we are gonna probably change. I was thinking of changing a permission in probably live events because I was thinking of probably having the mic be muted basically permanently, like while pastor's doing the preaching and all, because unless certain events we would have to unmute it in general because people would basically, unmute and then talk like trollishly, pretty much. And then also, I didn't really say this, Pastor, but another thing once the server gets bigger, I could actually have general chat into into slow mode. It's called like the slow mode would basically it'll give you about like three whatever seconds before you could text again, pretty much. So people won't mash the tech the general chat in general, so it won't like confuse people and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So it'll be more not organized but maintainable and all. Anyways, this bot we have here, um,
Yeah.
I think it will work out. It's just that I have to play with it more. This is a bot we could actually use that we could mute people.
Oh, okay.
It would mute or kick or ban or warning. So
Uh-huh.
it's just that I would have to probably try it out. No, I didn't really
Okay.
have time yet and whatever. But honestly, so far, top of my head, uh, to mute you would I want to say where is it again? Like I said, it's pretty much a new bot to me too. So, so I want to say mute. So it'll say right here, mute or unmute at whoever at the whatever user person name for I guess 10. I guess that's 10 minutes or something like that. I think, or yeah, it must be 10 minutes. I'm guessing, top of my head, and then it would automatically go to muted role that I have here, and it would override any other role that um, would put it that they would have, so that they would be muted for about 10 minutes, and then they would have to most likely, probably, I want to say message one of you guys, the mods or admins, or me or pastor, to you know eject. Why did you mute me? Whatever it is. Um, I might have to make a muted channel where we would be able to chat with that muted person, in like so they don't have to chat with other people, so they'll be like segregated. I guess the word is, or instead of trying to make more trouble with the certain people. Uh, Another thing is the kick. So that's kind of the same thing, kick, and then at user. And if you want to give it, so I would like for anyone, or if you can, I know it gets hectic on Discord that you can't type in a reason or whatever it is. Just to give out some kind of reason, like trolling or something, or it might be coming to a raid. Like I know there's times where five or more people will come in, and then all of a sudden uh, you get like a mass of people, and you have to probably kick or ban or whatever, depending on what happens. Uh, I've seen it already, like a good five or more people that would come in, and then all of a sudden it'll be chaos. And then
Yeah.
another one's ban, same thing, ban at user, whatever reason. Um, the ID I want to say is okay. So, do you guys know what? I don't need to left. I don't know. Do you know, Marky, if you know you have what's it called again? Developer mode on? Do you know?
Yeah, I
Do you
think
know
I
what that
turned it
is?
on. Let me double check.
All right.
We just
The only
had
reason why I was
let me just say we just had a guy come in to prayer request that says he's struggling with mental health. I don't know if you guys saw that. I said we'd pray for him. He's a new guy on our server. So I just you can carry on. I just
oh
wanted you guys to know that when we're done we'll pray for him in here,
wow,
or we'll invite him to general chat maybe or something. I don't know when we're done.
yeah,
Go ahead.
okay,
Continue on.
okay. So the same thing with the band. Oh yeah. So if you do have not discovery developer mode, you could actually right click. You can actually right click or use the trouble name user and copy ID. Every single person has a unique ID to their name or whatever it is, user ID. So you could ban ID, whatever, and then whatever reason. It depends if you could, or it could be chaotic, and you would have to use it just by Discord in general, by
Hmm.
the as in right click and then ban through Discord themselves, not through the bot. And all I ask for is to you guys to give some kind of reason why you had to kick or mute or whatever into uh, moderator chat. I might have to, if we get bigger, when or whatever, might have to create or not create, but this bot also uses a ticket system where I'm thinking that we would have to. I want to say it's probably a report system where other users could report on whatever happens. So it could be chaotic.
Sure.
And then we would have to probably make a well, I would have to probably make a, or not make, but look for a case bot where we would have to keep cases with users once, because you won't be able to keep up with so many warnings or infractions or kicks or bans, and once it gets insanely crazy.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, like once we get into the you
I
know
think that could happen
five
pretty
thousand
soon.
dollars.
Actually, if we keep having these, where we getting a lot of people when welcome people coming into the welcome, and then like I said, I think we'll be implementing these things pretty quickly.
Yeah. Um, the warnings, I would say you guys will most likely use the warnings. One, uh, or the mute and the warnings, and probably kick, maybe rarely, but mostly mute or warnings, and in extreme measures, kick or slash ban. Um, Another one is like warnings, and then at user. Um, I might have to look. What is the prefix of this thing again? Uh, so yeah, I have to play with it more. I have someone that knows how to use this thing. It's just I gotta talk to them and see how they could help me with it, and I don't know why. But if if you guys can, this is the this is the name of the bot, the YAPPDB dot whatever it is. I don't know why they named it like that, but yeah, it's like it's a multitask bot,
Uh
and
huh.
you can actually YouTube it if you want to study on it. It's up to you. You could actually help me out. To
Definitely.
so on and so forth with different commands and so on and so on over there. What else? Just one sec. Oh yeah. The protocols. So what happened? What happened with um? What do you think about what happened? What was it? It was the 17th. Yeah. What do you think about talk about what happened on the 17th? Because I feel like we could have probably handled that a little better. I know Cool can't um, deleted messages, but because there was a certain topic that what happened with suicidal and all that. Um, I would say would I don't know about deleting messages, maybe and muting, or because I think that would escalate the problem. To be honest, because um, certain people could be, I guess, emotionally unstable, and if you, like, for example, if someone comes in really, I don't know, emotional, like they would be saying stuff like, you know, go cut whatever, so on and so forth, and you don't want to start muting or start deleting their messages. I don't think we should probably do that. I mean, I know it's like to a certain point and whatever, but I think we would have to try to calm them down first, and I don't know, maybe. What do you think? Would you
Well,
want would you want to
here's
handle that yourself,
here's what
or
I think about it. Now, we're a team. We're all a team.
yeah,
So we're not just one person or two people or three. We're a team. So if you're a
yeah,
moderator on here, you're a part of the whole thing. My suggestion is it depends on who's here. Like if
uh,
Cool Kent was the only one that was actually in the chat when one of the graphic picture was shown, he nailed that right
yeah,
on the spot. That was good. Now I
yeah,
understand what you're saying. You're talking about situations. I think we need to. That's where we need to do, if there's a couple of moderators on, we might do a direct message real quick with each
yeah,
other and say, hey, what should we do with this? Let's talk about it. Let's get a consensus here, because like you may feel differently than me in that moment, but what you're feeling might be right. You know what I mean? You might have a sense that this person needs God or needs help, and if we just boot them out, then we're not doing them the service that they deserve. So I think we need to talk about these things, and this is where we need to
yeah,
have the ability to direct message each other. If nobody else is here and it's just you, then and me, if I'm here, I have another mod, I'm going to direct message you on this from now on, and I'm going to say, okay, this person is. I'll just stop the sermon and I'll just take the minute to direct message you. It's fine. We can do that. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're fair and balanced,
yeah.
like Fox
I could
News. No.
also, I could also, if you want me to, I could go ahead and have a direct message group chat if you want to do that.
Yeah, yeah,
There's something like that.
that would be perfect, because then everybody that's a moderator, that's a part of this team, is going to be able to have a say in how we handle that. Because Kent
Sure, I
is.
just have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, when you guys suggested the moderator chat, like, don't you already have a moderator only chat? Can we just use that instead?
Well, we could, yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't that kind of the purpose of the moderator only chat?
yeah,
Is for us,
Yeah, we could. We don't want to be too redundant. Yeah, we could just use the
yeah, that
moderator
makes sense.
chat. But the idea is, in cases where, like Kent is doing, he's doing the best job he can. I mean, he's trying to keep things so that we're not being bombarded during a message or whatever, and that's important because it's very hard. I don't know if you've ever tried to teach or preach online, but when you're trying to do a sermon or you're trying to say what you feel is in your heart for the Lord, and then you've got people that are text typing and they're typing about things that aren't in relationship to what's being said, it's very distractive for me on my end. Now, I'm here to just help people. If we just want to shut the sermon down, if somebody's got a more dire situation going on, I'm more than willing to shut it down and just deal with one thing at a time. But it's my problem is I can't do two things at once, and that's where I need help. And when you guys are helping me, that creates that ability for us to handle the things that are going on, where we don't have to shut down everything. But if somebody is, needing prayer or help, especially if they're expressing suicidal thoughts or whatever, as long as they're genuine, and I mean, that's what we have to determine sometimes too. People will troll in all different ways. That's where we need to have that talk, that prayer talk. So when you guys are on with me, we'll use the moderator chat, if somebody like is saying things and they don't really seem to make a lot of sense, or maybe they just seem like they have mental issues or they need help, then we'll just get that text going in there and find out what should we do in this situation. Now, there might be an opportunity to send that warning out. Could you wait till we're done? And a lot of times at the end is a good time to deal with those issues. If it can't wait, if somebody's just like, well, I really need help now, then we help them. We stop everything and we help them. That's the way I've always done it. But right now, we're just kidding. We're just trying to all get on the same page. Okay. So that's a little bit about that. We had a guy in general chat tonight that wanted prayer. And so we prayed for him. That was what was going on behind the scenes tonight. And so I thank you guys for being in there that helped him too, that prayed for with him. So that's that. Go ahead, continue on there. Okay, more.
All right. Think that was it.
What
Oh yeah.
about
Well,
what about
protocol. What? Sorry.
what about that activities bot?
Oh yeah. So we could. All right. I don't know if you guys heard, but so what I would like to start doing. I don't know when or whatever, but an hour before the service or whatever, if you could, or whoever can. I don't care. Whoever could just start the activities bot where you could actually. I actually played with that, and that was actually pretty cool. I didn't know you could have it screen shares a game,
Yeah,
or you could use YouTube or whatever. You could use it's a bot where you could use it to screen share a game or whatever. Uh, well, not whatever. I think how many things? About 5 things. I think it was.
there's I think there's 5 games, and then you can do a YouTube watch party with your friends. So
Yeah,
you can all go into a voice channel and listen to music or whatever, or you can play a game together. It's a pretty cool bot. It works on only in voice channel, but when it turns the voice channel into either a game or a watch party. So for movie night, that might be a great tool to use. I don't know how many people it'll fit in there. I would imagine as many people as the room will fit, but I don't know if there's a limit. You know what I mean? I guess that's something
yeah,
we'd have to play around with. But if, like, say you're going to help me with movie nights, then this might be a robot that we would, get you familiar with how to use. It's a pretty simple one to operate. You just, you know, do the command and it and choose the room, and then that's it. It's pretty simple.
yeah. Also, I don't know what's the. Sometimes I wonder. I hope I didn't have that much people in. So the only thing I have concerned about is if we do have a lot of stuff, a lot of people wanting to do like a video or whatever or a game. Hopefully the um, I would say the connection would stay stable with through the bot because I don't know how stable it is because I never
Yeah.
honestly this is to be honest I think this is probably a very new thing where I don't know if it's I believe it's permanent. I don't know if it's in beta or anything like that. All I do know is I haven't seen it before until probably actually I want to say this year, maybe maybe
Yeah, I found
early
it
this
in
year.
a search. I found it in a search. It looks like a pretty stable app. Um, we can test it out, me and you, and maybe invite a few people in for a test run before the first actual movie night. I don't know if that's what we're going to use. I don't know. I mean, these are the questions. That's why we have these meetings so
Yeah,
that we can get your input. And if you know how to do something that we don't know how to do, feel free to let us know or share your wisdom with us. The regular screen share should work. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So especially if I, went to you and said, "Hey, would you help me with movie nights or whatever?" Now, if I ask you already and you are still interested, then I'm going to be getting with you prior to obviously probably next week and just kind of run it down with you how we want to do the movie night. And if you're the ones that are going to help me with it, then I'm going to give you the I don't know how much time you have in your life because you're all busy and students and things, but if you got enough time to throw out an announcement and announce it and help us with that, and then obviously stream it, whatever movie we choose, stream it for us. I'm going to be there the movie night, so and I'm sure whoever else is a part of that will be there. But our goal is to, you know, like I said, these are great ways to reach out. We've used movie nights, and we've had very successful movie nights over the past where people have come, they seem to enjoy it. Um, Sometimes we'll do an intermission where people can go get popcorn or whatever, or fake popcorn or whatever. But then we share like a little message in the middle, or whatever. It just depends on what we were doing. But if you're running the movie night, then it's whatever you want to do. If you want to stop the movie or whatever, if you want to help us, then and you might not always be able to do that. I understand. Everything is we can work with all that. So anyway, um, I guess that's it. Unless anybody else has a thought, an idea. Um, I do have another young person that is a friend of mine that I've known for years. She's been a part of my ministry. She's from, I think, New York City. But anyway, her daughter's on here, and she's supposed to be a whiz on Discord. So we might be bringing her in here to help us with some things. And so if we do, we'll introduce you and all that. I think she's probably about maybe, I don't know, 14 or 15. My friend Natalia, she's on here already. I don't know if her daughter's on here yet. I'm trying to get them in here, but it's like every time we try to do it, it doesn't work out. So we're hoping that we can get that going, and then we'll have more people too to help us to make things better and to make things run a little smoother. But that's pretty much all for tonight.
Right. So another thing is I plan to hope to I want to say maybe Saturday, hopefully Sunday or something like that. I'm trying to find a time to do the roles where this bot I have, or not I, but this Discord, whoever made it, but um, whoever made it. But anyways, this bot we could go ahead and use it for roles where I don't know if anyone in here had been into a certain server where you could actually pick your roles out. So I was thinking about trying to see or how to work this thing so I could put it in the roles chat so people could actually pick their roles. Like for example, so far I came up with male, female, so I might, yeah, and then I could put in 18 plus, or it can. We could even put in like age range, whatever. I don't know. Like I would like to try have to separate channels, so on and so forth, so we could have it more a little more detailed, but not too complex. Or but I would like to try to put that in. So, is there any other roles? Like, feel free to share any role ideas. Like, I know there's non-Christian, Christian. You could just type in, or if you ever think of a different role, just put in. Just put in moderator only or whatever. There's. I would like to start the role list so we could just put it in, and so people could actually. start doing that.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's a good
Oh,
idea.
okay, yeah, it's a great idea. Just I gotta break it down. I'll probably talk to you, Pastor, or whatever. To
Okay.
try to once I get it figured out, which I don't know when I would be, but yeah, like oh yeah, guys. So my schedule, I'll be working like 3 days a week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I'll be available a little more to try to figure out what to do about the some bots. What if we should? You need.
Yeah, I think that's good. And if you guys got ideas for
Really?
anything to make the server better and greater,
Really?
okay,
Okay.
cool.
What do you think about this bot? Do you think I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this bot before in different Discord servers. I never heard of that bot before.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go ahead and look. I'll go ahead and look into that after this. Is it easy to work with to put in different roles and all? Apply it. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
I just wanted to say too, for the record, the most used room in this server right now is prayer request. I mean,
Yes.
that's pretty awesome when you stop and think about it.
Okay.
For
Cool.
for young people to be in prayer, and then also the next one is introduce yourself. That room is probably one of the most utilized room on our server. So good
Oh yeah.
ideas, good ideas.
Yeah. Great ideas. Also, if anyone, any of the mods or whatever, or whoever. Oh yeah, another thing. I don't know if you've seen the announcement. So if hopefully if you're not busy or whatever, if any member, so I started a new role called staff. So we could instead of them tagging you or mod or whatever, they would have to use at staff. You know what? I should probably fix the permissions on the. I don't know why I didn't think about that until now. So we would have to use that instead of at mod or at admin or whatever. Um, so we could, so everyone um, could help out who or whatever what's going on at that situation. So I'm just saying that instead of mods or anything, we're go
Is
ahead and
there
use at stuff for now on.
is there a way or any kind of way to create roles that are like for specific jobs that we might have for people, or where we could explain the role, like say you're going to be a movie night helper and I want to give you instructions.
Yeah.
Is there a bot for that?
You could. Well, there's.
I mean, I could
I've seen
obviously create
others.
a document, with Google Docs or whatever, but I was just wondering if there was a Discord bot for something like that.
I seen it where, yeah, exactly. I seen it where, I seen it where different Discord servers would actually assign what's called a event team or uh, role, in certain in different people's names, depending.
Hmm.
There's it gets you could do it manually and all that, depending and all that. It's just that we would have to like uh, see who has time, who's we could either how we could do it. Also, is that we could have a rotational thing where one person has it for this week, another person has it another week, or whatever. And break it down more than that, or I don't know. Whoever has time, I mean,
Okay.
honestly, I kind of wish my brother could help, but he's
Yeah,
playing a lot of games because I have a brother who actually goes on a lot more of Discord than me because um, he doesn't work at all, and well, he would like to find a job, but yeah,
right.
um, I'll go ahead and probably ask him maybe.
Well, we don't want
But
anybody
yeah,
here to be doing too much. We just want you to do what you can, and all of that.
yeah,
But I
exactly.
don't want you to be too busy either. But so yeah, we can either just do it manually or whatever. We don't. It's not a big deal. So yeah, so basically, I think that's good. I think we had a good night. We talked about a lot of things. I got a lot of things to do here to get things ready. If anybody thought that running a server was easy, it's not.
Yeah, it gets very
I mean, it is fun.
complex.
I love this kind of stuff. I mean, it's I think my gift is creativity and trying to think of things and ideas. But because I do have a vision for this stuff, believe it or not, it's weird. I know because I've been doing this for so long in different ways, but I really believe in letting people, have creativeness too and share their creativity with us. That's why we want to do things like allowing people to play an instrument or do karaoke nights and things like. It's just fun, but it can all lead to a greater purpose of bringing people to the Lord. And we want to do a gaming thing. We're working on that too behind the scenes. So I've always had games and different things on my websites and going way back when they were all flash drive and stuff. So, okay, Marky.
Okay,
Yeah, we're about
no
done
problem.
anyway, everybody. But yeah, so
Yeah,
just keep everything in prayer. Thanks for coming. It's really important, especially for us if you're going to be a staff member to be in some of these meetings. I'm going to share this